Tutorial for the R3 section. 3 strands of thread number 727. Bring the needle up beside the sketch dot. Pick up a small bit of fabric at the dotted line and make a knot around the needle. Adjust it with the needle. Continue picking up the fabric and tying knots. Make sure all knots are tied in the same direction. Three strands of thread number 722. Just repeat the steps. Use 3 threads into colors number 727, number 722. Three strands of thread number 727. Stitch from the outer edge of the outline to the center. Use running stitch to complete the spiderweb's framework. Bring the needle up near the center, then start weaving it over the first framework stitch behind the exit point, passing through 2 stitches at a time. Wrap the thread while adjusting it to ensure even spacing. Repeat until the stitching is complete. Three strands of thread number 722. Just repeat the steps. Use 3 threads into colors number 160 for number 3766. 3 strands of thread number 164. First, use running stitch to complete the 3 lines in the outline. Bring the needle up from the lower right, hold the first thread, pass through below the second thread, and hold the third thread as you take the needle back down on the lower right. For the second row, pass the needle under the first thread, press down on the second, and pass under the third. Continue alternating this pattern for each row. You can use the needle to adjust the grid as needed during the process. Continue until fully covered, then finish by inserting the needle near the top. Three strands of thread number 3766. Just repeat the steps. Three strands of thread number 722. Start by bringing the needle up from the dotted outline, then insert it back into the starting point, leaving a loop. Bring the needle up at the next point, pass it through the loop, and insert it back into the point where the needle came out. Just repeat the steps. Three strands of thread number 164. Bring the needle up from the lower right side, insert it into the middle, and leave a loop. Bring the needle up at the intersection and make adjustments. Just repeat the steps. Use 3 threads into colors number 720 to number 727. 3 strands of thread number 722. Start from the left end of the outline and use short running stitch to cover the first row of dotted lines. Just repeat the steps. 3 strands of thread number 727. Start from the bottom end of the dotted line, stitch through the previous straight stitches, make a loop and stitch back to the starting point. Three strands of thread number 727, number 722. Just repeat the steps. Use 3 threads into colors number 3766, number 164. 3 strands of thread number 3766. First, stitch the branches using backstitch. Start from the left end, with the first stitch being running stitch. Then, bring the needle up after a short distance, then insert it back into the previous stitch. Three strands of thread number 164. Start by bringing the needle up from the bottom of the leaf. Then bring it back down to the starting point, leaving a small loop. Bring the needle up at the tip of the leaf, pass it through the loop, and insert it back into the starting point. Use the same method to finish the other leaves. Three strands of thread number 160 for number 3766. Just repeat the steps. Use 3 threads into colors number 720 to number 164. 3 strands of thread number 722. Bring the needle up from the right side of the outline and insert it on the left side, without pulling the thread too tight. Bring the needle up near the right side, wrap the thread around the needle, and make adjustments. Loosen the thread slightly, hold the wrapped part with your fingers, and slowly pull out the needle. Adjust the wrapped thread with the needle and insert it on the left side. Just repeat the steps. Use 3 threads into colors number 160 for number 3766. 3 strands of thread number 164. Bring the needle up from the dotted outline and pull up a small section of thread. Wrap the thread clockwise around the needle once, then pull the needle out. Repeat lifting the outline. Be sure to keep the wrapping direction consistent, or the swirl will go in different directions. Three strands of thread number 3766. Just repeat the steps. Use 3 threads into colors number 727, number 3766. Three strands of thread number 727. Take out the needle from the middle line, insert the needle on the right side, and leave a section of coil. Start at the intersection, pass through the loop, and make adjustments. At the middle of the outline, switch sides along the outline and stitch back in. Three strands of thread number 3766. Just repeat the steps. That's all. Thank you.